I would say Merry Christmas, but I'm not really like Merry Christmas kind of person, but happy today. My sister just said to me, I keep forgetting it's Christmas. And I'm like, yeah, because it doesn't matter. Take a Resident Evil doesn't. I finally completed the deck. I think there was 80 cards that I bought with this, and only one card I messed up. So I have 79. There's 79 cards in here. 79. It took me 2 weeks to do these. 2 weeks to do these. Mother Nature's Wrath. Woo-wee. So we're going to finally do it with the whole deck done. We'll get the main theme. Let's see if something positive comes out. If not, it's going to be a negative message. We got the Lawless card with a girl and the ghost beside her with prophecies. It's almost like you could have people around you. Ooh, suppressed emotions under the deck. You could have people around you that just kind of like just chose to do whatever they want. You know, those people, they just have no regard for anybody else. They'll just, if it bleeds, it runs. You know, like if they can do it, they will, and it really doesn't matter. And that's the kind of energy I'm getting right now, where it's like somebody, and it's like, oh my God, I got this message yesterday. What up, everybody? And there's this rumor going around about me right now in this town I live at that I'm sleeping with the chief of police. And I was like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because like I know a lot of crooked people, and like if they thought I was sleeping with the chief of police, are you fucking kidding me? They could be like a hit. I know what I mean. Like, are you kidding? Like what my sister's ex-husband does for a living is not a good thing, which is why I can't believe he fucked my sister over. But like, yeah, suppressed emotions. Like, it's almost like somebody around you is breaking the law. Okay. They might say it's like they've fallen on hard times or something, and like they're just trying to make ends meet, but that's not what it is. That's not, they're being greedy at this point, you know, like you want to fucking run some shit on the streets, you better act like it, right? You can't be going back to your condo and having bubble baths like with your fucking woman. Like, give me a break. So it's like, it's a tough message, because I feel like whoever around you is breaking the law, I almost feel like they're getting the download. Like, they know, you know, anybody breaking the law, they fucking know they're breaking the law, but like they're getting the wrong information. It's like something's playing with them. Like, oh yeah, you'll never get caught. You'll never get caught. And I think Spirit wants to bust them, because even in Lawless, like the brothers get caught. They get caught. They just pay people off, right? They're just always paying people off. And actually, no. Well, I mean, back in the day, that's what people used to do. But actually, the brothers didn't pay anybody off. They continued working. They didn't give in to the bullies, right? So walk with me here on our Christmas message here. It's like, you know, in Mothman prophecies, like he keeps getting the chemical plant. Yeah, like he's getting, Ingrid was telling him about the river, something was going to happen on the river. And he just assumed it was the chemical plant, you know? So like, I'm almost like, okay, so there might be somebody around you that just like, they're getting told the message, but they're not getting told the right message. They're getting fucked with. And it's like the law is right on them. It's like the cops are right on their ass, you know, like make another fucking, you know, run another red light. I fucking dare you. Ooh, did you see that? When shit hits the fan, 3 billboards. Okay, so I'm guessing the whole 3 billboards is a misjustice with Lawless. Like, okay, when shit hits the fan, like when that sheriff comes to town, he wants to like change everything, right? He starts literally killing people. Like all these moonshiners that just won't do what they're being told. Because it was fucking back in the day. Everyone needs to make money, okay? Everybody needs to hustle, whatever. That's the way shit works sometimes. But there's a difference between everybody, you know, some people got to hustle and it doesn't hurt anybody, and other people who go out and do shit and then it hurts everybody around them. There's a difference. Okay? So when shit hits the fan in 3 billboards, like she puts up the 3 billboards for the chief of police. Oh my God. See what I just said? Chief of police. I started this video off by saying there's a rumor going around that I am banging the chief of police. And then Chief Willoughby is who she puts this up. All this shit is why Willoughby hasn't arrested anybody. Why there have been no arrests on her daughter's murder. What the fuck? Frank and Donnie. Okay, so Frank is another schizophrenic character. So Indrid Cold, the ghost, the girl and the ghost beside him, and then Frank comes out. So, like, and you know, if you've seen 3 billboards, when the daughter's about to run out the door and she won't give the daughter the car for the night because she's been smoking pot all day, blah, blah, blah. The daughter runs out of the house and goes, well, I hope I get raped on the way, right? Because then she has to walk into town. And the mother goes, yeah, well, I hope you get raped too. And then she does, right? It's like sometimes somebody can say something, right? And it's just nail on the coffin, like, what the fuck did you just say? Because that shit just came true. Like, okay, let's keep digging. I don't know if this is bad or good. Like, okay. So now we have Bagul. As I say that, okay, the demon who kidnaps children and makes them murder their whole family. And then the spider. So, okay. Santa. The synchronicities already in this reading are like above and beyond. It's Christmas and Santa is here. Okay, not Satan. No, Santa. Okay, so Bagul comes to remove the children from the house where the adults are abusing them. They're not taking care of them. They're not doing their job properly. Okay, so in the book, like in the story, right, Ellison, the father, okay, he goes investigating a crime that hadn't been solved yet. Okay. And, you know, the daughter's going like, let's just go home. Why are you doing this? Like, why are we, you know, uprooting ourselves again? And daddy's like, I want to be famous again. This is our ticket to freedom. This is our ticket. We're going to, you know, because one time in his life long ago, he had 15 seconds of fame. Okay. And he keeps, and I heard this in the shower, chasing the dragon. Somebody is chasing the dragon. And that's what he's doing in Sinister. He's chasing the dragon. He's trying to get that 15 seconds of fame again. And it's not working. He kills everybody. Okay, everybody dies because of what the father wants. Give me a fucking break, okay? What a father wants in a goddamn family isn't irrelevant once their kids come around, okay? It's about what the kids got, what you got to do to keep your kids alive, what you got to do to keep the roof over your head. It's not, you know, it's time for daddy to go play now. Like, what the fuck? Like, okay. So when shit hits the fan, God's organized destruction. God just appeared. We have some very major arcanas on the table right now. I just want to say that. Okay. We have 2 demons, a prophet, and God. Which, who's to say if God's an angel or a demon? We don't really know. Like, because, I mean, angels are awful. They can be awful entities. And demons can be amazing entities. So let's just be... I mean, and it is G-O-D, D as in demon. Anyways, okay, so this is an organized destruction. When shit hits the fan. When shit hits the fan, everybody finds out about what this person's been doing. Somebody has hid a crime. Okay, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's something that people should have known about, and instead they were off in the mountains fucking doing something all on their own, and they shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have been messing around somewhere. Okay. And they knew this, but they were making money off it somehow. They were making a little bit of extra, and they were like, well, those bills and, Bubba Johnny's little education. And how am I supposed to do that with one job and blah, blah, blah. It's called the everyday struggle. Get with it. Okay. So Bagul's come in and been like, your child is in danger. Whatever it is that you're doing, right, to get this money, to break the law is hurting your child. You're now putting your child directly in harm's way. Okay, which is pretty much what happens with Donnie, right? They put Donnie on all this medication when he's schizophrenic. If he didn't listen to Frank, he would have died. Well, his girlfriend would have died, and then nothing would have, he wouldn't have figured out time and space and portals and how energies work and how, reading between the lines and like, all of us are schizophrenic. Every single one of us. I know it's a hard word to hear, but schizophrenia is just a word for telepathic, okay? We're all telepathic. We all communicate with one another. It's just whether or not people answer the phone, okay? Some people answer multiple phones and they talk to a lot of people. Other people got their phones in check. They only answer the phone when they want to. Other people don't know they have phones, so they're talking to everybody, okay? Telepathy is a weird thing, okay? It's a weird thing to understand. But once you get the message, it's a message that, like, you can't forget. It's like, I know somebody is doing something or they did something already, okay? And they're trying to hide it. And it can't be hidden because it's right there in plain sight, okay? It's just, I don't know if anybody's going to believe you. And if that's the case, I'm watching this one series and this girl goes out to investigate something that her mother was a part of. And then all these people find out, that she's investigating it and they're going to get in trouble. And she's like, listen, I'm not investigating it to get you all arrested. I just want to know what happened. That's the thing. It's not everybody's out to fucking put you behind bars, chief of police, right? They just want to know what happened. That's it. They don't want to arrest you. They don't want you behind bars. People deserve answers. And when they have to go out and try to find them, then they do this shit. They just start advertising it. Because if no one's going to give you the answer and everyone's just going to ignore you, then guess what? Once you realize you can't talk to anybody, shit's going to hit the fan. And when it hits the fan, do you know how hard that is to clean up? You can't just put the cat back in the bag after that shit. Cat's all over the goddamn room. It ain't going back in the bag. Okay. So God's organized destruction would be that this was lined up, that if these people were just going to continue to ignore the giant elephant in the room, because they're all hearing it, they all hear it, they all see it, they all know what this person's doing, and they're just choosing to look the other way. It's like, now I'm getting, oh my God, that movie, The Town, where they pull up, they're pulling like they're like second heist or first heist or something, and they're in those nun suits, and they pull up right beside a cop, and the cop just looks the other way, right? Like, what are you supposed to do in that circumstance? I would have done the same, but in this circumstance, they weren't supposed to look the other way. You have a family for a reason. You have people around you for a reason. You have people at work. You have witnesses. There's always a witness around you, right? Because if you don't know what's happening is against the law, then somebody else will be like, nudge, nudge. Something's not right here. And do you know how many times I've been told that? A lot of times by men. If I don't know the law, or if I'm getting fucked with, because I'm a bartender. I talk to everybody, right? That's just what I do. That's my job. I'll get into the weirdest conversations with men at a bar, and I'll always tell them something, that I was told or something that I didn't know, and they'll be like, oh, are you kidding me? You don't know this. They've written numbers down for me. They've put directions down for me, just perfect strangers. And because I didn't know something, and they were just like, oh my God, I can tell you this piece of information. Are you serious? Like, when people find shit out, it's like, man, my boss told me about this mechanic, and I was like, you have no idea how bad I needed that mechanic. Like, you have no idea. Like you just, you get the same thing every year, and you just don't really realize how important it is when somebody else new comes into town and doesn't have that. And, you don't really sometimes see the position that you're in, right? So, okay. So we just got Sherlock. There's been an investigation, okay? Whether or not you've done the investigation, but there's been a crime committed, okay? And there was a crash. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they got into a crash. I don't know if this is all going to come crashing down on them. And look, I said Satan wasn't going to come. I didn't say that the devil wasn't going to appear. Okay, so... Okay, I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. This card, the reason why I did it, I mean, the devil himself, yes, but the reason why I did it was because there's this movie by M. Night Shyamalan, and it's called Devil, and they're in an elevator. And the devil is going inside of people and killing everybody, okay? And he goes into the elevator through a woman. Doug Heffernan's mom. I don't know if you've ever watched King of Queens, but it's Doug Heffy's mom, okay? She is the devil in the movie, and she's killing everybody. And she looks like this sweet, innocent old lady. And it's like, yeah, well, the sweet, innocent old ladies are usually the demons, okay? Because they're sweet and old, and everybody thinks, oh, that's somebody's grandma. Just because it's somebody's grandma, what the fuck does that have anything to do with grandma? My grandmother, she would rather go play the slots and drink Mai Tais by the fucking pool than watch her grandkids, okay? Like, fucking lard ass, all right? She doesn't give a fuck about children. So just because they're grandparents doesn't mean they care about their grandchildren, okay? So I feel like the devil has gone in to this person that you're dealing with, okay, that puts you in harm's way. They knew what they were doing was all about them. They knew that it was, what do you call that word? Selfish, okay? And they did it anyways, right? And that's where you got to go like, okay, you could have played this fucking puzzle way differently, but you chose to play dirty. And if you chose to play dirty, then guess what? The way that you get these results is going to be fucking dirty too. And don't go crying to anybody when suddenly life is not the way that you want it anymore. Okay. So when shit hits the fan, it all comes crashing down. Because of whatever it is that gets figured out. Whatever you put on notice to say, hey, listen, nobody gives a shit about this, and I don't know why. Because there's people out there that are supposed to care, and no one's doing anything. Why did everybody skip over it? Why did this not take center stage? Well, because it wasn't the play you all wanted to watch, so it just got missed, right? Because you didn't miss it, you went through it, right? So it's like the devil, I feel like the devil has gone into this person, and that's why they're breaking the law. Whatever they did, whatever they're still doing, right? It's greedy. It's greedy, and the information they're getting told about doing it is lying to them. They're probably saying, you're never going to get caught. No one's ever going to get on you. You're a family man. You're this, you're that. No one's ever going to catch you. And that's very naive to believe that if you want to break the law, sure, go ahead, but always be looking behind you. Don't ever think you're safe if you're going to be out there breaking the law, because there is somebody that's watching. And nowadays, everybody with cameras and shit, fucking everybody's watching something, okay? Everybody's watching you, especially if you're in a city. Like, you see these creepy Instagram videos of, like, people just filming from their windows, and nobody has any idea that anybody's even watching them. Okay, that's creepy as fuck. Like, we've come into a very creepy world, and it's like, I don't understand how this person can get, it's like they know that something's going to happen. It's just like, it's like, it's like they're robbing banks with 4 people, and they're getting told by something that, if anything, only 3 are going to get caught. He's never going to. Like, what, you think you're only a motherfucker in Charleston with a gun? Are you kidding? Like, you think you're the only one? There's no fucking way. I'm getting very Slain right now. Oh my God. I don't know. I've been thinking about Slain a lot. That motherfucker is just like such a nice person. Like, some people just go out of their way to do very nice things for people, and other people, and I mean, he used to break the law. He used to be a drug dealer. I'm pretty sure he had his kid while he was a drug dealer. You can break the law. If you're going to break the law, then do it with the intent of getting clean at some point, because sometimes you do have to break the law. Sometimes you do have to get dirty. Sometimes there are things that you have to do, and it's not really like you want to do it. Nobody said, oh yeah, hey, let's go sling some fucking drugs. Like, you really want to do that? No, you would have taken the $150,000 a year job if you could, but you can't because you're in the ghetto, right? Like, come on. Like, it's almost like this was like such a setup. Right? It was such a setup. And I'm glad they're getting the wrong information. Like, I'm glad they think that they're not going to get caught. I'm glad they think that they're the only motherfucker out there with a gun. Like, I'm glad they think that, because that's how dumb they are, right? I think a lot of these crimes that they did wouldn't have been done if they were so smart. So clearly this fucking person's an idiot. Okay. And they did something to you. And it's not like, I'm not trying to dumb it down or anything. Like, they hurt a lot of people. They didn't just hurt you. They hurt a lot of people, and they're going to get caught, right? There's a huge web around them, and everything they do, they get webbed up, right? And it leaves a trail. People who break the law, they leave trails. Like, they've really been suppressing emotion. They've probably been telling themselves for a long time, like, I can't go to jail. Even if I do go to jail, I'll get out right away, or I'll be able to handle myself. I'll be able to pay to get out. It's like, you do feed yourself a lot of bullshit right at the time. Okay, we got accusations. With homemade with love in reverse. You know, I think this person is going to get accused of not loving you. And when you think about it, well, when I'm thinking about it, in Sinister, when Ellison, the mother, is like starting to kind of like lose her mind. She just wants to get the fuck out of there. And she kind of realizes like what he did and like where they are in the house they're living in and like how much danger he like put them in. And she's freaking out on him. And that's when she realizes, and she tells him, because he's like, I want a legacy. Like, this book is my legacy. All this is going to be my legacy. And she's like, those 2 things out there that you made, your kids, those are your legacy. This bullshit book that you're writing, this wannabe investigation that you think you're going to be able to do again for like 5 seconds of fame, isn't your legacy. Because one day, just like anything else, that book or that movie or that CD or that little bit of fame is going to go away. It's going to get demolished. Somebody's going to sit on top of it and be the next fucking wonder of the world. And then whatever it is that you did ain't going to mean shit to anybody. Okay. That's why it's like what you do with your time means something. And if you have kids, then, you know, you want to break the law, then just know you're going to leave them. And if you leave them, then that's not being with them, taking care of them. So whatever these people did, right, they did not make you with love at all. This wasn't a loving situation. This was I just heard get rich scheme. You know, somebody thought they maybe were going to make money off of you. Okay. Maybe they're going to be able to use you, you know, like mothers, they'll be like, I can get a fucking check from you now. I can get government money from you now. Like, it's always about how they can use somebody. And it's like, there was nothing about it that screams love. That's why the fact that it just got brushed over was like, what the fuck? Like, you guys are just all going to just pretend nothing happened. Like, that's nice, but I'm not going to pretend nothing happened. And then fucking put it all over Facebook or some shit like that. Like, so shall it be. People deserve to know the truth. And you deserve to be able to express your truth. Who the fuck cares what other people think? You're supposed to keep your mouth shut. Or your accusations. They're just accusations. Yeah, whatever. Sure. Okay, fine. They're just accusations. That's going to make them feel better. Ooh. This is one of the cards I did today. And it's life on one side and death on the other. And death came out. Was staged underneath it. I think they purposely set accusations out into the public to kill the relationship, to stage something. Like, when people do that, I almost feel like it's like a setup. They want to kill the relationship, so they slowly set it up to work in their favor. Because, like, in Sinister, she starts drawing dead people. The little girl starts drawing dead people. And there's the moon. And the mother is, like, genuinely worried. Like, why is she drawing this? Like, and then, the dad is just like, that's her. That's how she expresses herself. And that's what she does. And like really, like, she was getting haunted by ghosts. Like, she's getting haunted and she's drawing it and she's trying to show you what's going on. Right? So it's like, now I'm getting this other movie back in the day called Liar, Liar, where this little girl accuses her father, who's the chief of police, of abusing her. But it's a little girl and nobody believes her. And the older sister, lies and says that her dad didn't do anything and that she's exaggerating. And then turns out the father did do it. But it's the chief of police, so nobody wants to believe it. It was like the mother had set it up to be staged, like, you're going to take my husband away from me. What the fuck are you talking about? How can you make this about you? Like, there's a pedophile in the house and you think I'm here to take your husband away from you? How about let's arrest the pedophile, right? Like, fucking women do that, man. Just to save their husband. Well, that's my husband. Why would he ever touch you? Oh. My mother ever said that to me, I'd fucking shoot her in the face. Sickness. See? This is what I mean. There's a sickness here. And look, Santa came out again. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to let him come out. With sickness, this person is sick. They have something wrong with them. And they have a piece of the devil inside of them. It was always staged for you to have this relationship killed, right? So then this person didn't have to be around you. Maybe they're suddenly around you again, or they're trying to get around you. And it's like, it's all staged. This is all staged to look like something that it really is not. Right? Like, I think there's another influencer on TikTok that just got arrested for abusing her kid. And like, everybody was just in love with her. She was just the greatest person in the world, blah, blah, blah. And she disciplines her kid. And then, cops get a hold of it and go like, that's not discipline. That's abuse. That's not discipline. Like, discipline is, when your child does something wrong and you say, hey, listen, probably shouldn't have done that. And now we're going to take a little time out and, we're going to take that away from you for a little while until you learn. And that's discipline, not beating your child or starving them or taking everything away from them because they wet the bed by accident. Or that's not discipline. That's abuse. That's abuse. Right. And even if it was or is because of money, abuse is abuse. It comes out multiple ways. It's not, like the way that my stepmother abused me, she lied all the time on my behalf. And she told my father all the time how much she loved me and how much she cared about me. She just wanted what was best for me. And when he wasn't around, I was an asshole. I always did everything wrong. She said I was out to get her. She just put words in my mouth. She acted like an asshole. She treated me like I was an asshole. I had some vendetta against her or something. And she, it was like it was staged for her to constantly accuse me of things so that my father would back away from me and wouldn't trust me anymore. Right? Because she had something wrong with her. She had this thing in her head telling her something all the time that was really false. Right? I mean, what Frank tells you, you have to make sure what you're hearing in your head is correct. And the only way to figure out if it is correct is to start following the clues like Donnie does. If you don't really know if you're schizophrenic, for one, watch that movie. If you've never seen Donnie Darko, watch it. And for another, it's like, listen to what you're being told. Like, I mean, if you're just being told not to go out or something like that, you have to read your schizophrenia the way that it works for you. Like, Frank is going to come out different for everybody, because if Frank wants to warn you, awesome. But Frank also wants to kill you sometimes, right? Frank also wants to be the devil and make you go the wrong way on the freeway. If we can get you to do it, why not see what can happen, right? Like, it's almost like that's the kind of way that this person played. Like, okay, well, if it can happen and I can do it, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can be done? Well, somebody could die, or you get arrested and never come back, or, it's the biggest fucking disaster in the entire world. Like, what do you mean? It's just, I don't know. It seems like somebody was definitely set up and they were accused a lot of something. So then the relationship would be done, because it wasn't love. And if it's so circumstantial like that, if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you get told something, you get told like a rumor or something, right? And you really believe it and you act on it, you better make sure that you got the facts straight. Okay. Like, you cannot just go off of what one person said. It is like the worst thing you could possibly do, and fucking put some money on that or your life on it. You know what I mean? When you fuck with somebody like that, because majority of people do want to fuck with you. Like, I'm not banging the chief of police, okay? But like, why would somebody say that? Clearly, it's because maybe somebody wants somebody to think I'm banging the chief of police for whatever fucking reason. I don't know. But there is a lot of rumors that go around. I can tell you that that's not what I'm doing. But whatever reason they're saying it, people are sick. They've got a sickness inside of them. And whatever they hear, I mean, if someone's fucking with you, the best thing to do, like if you're being fucking fucked with, or if somebody tells you something and you don't really know, for one, go to the source. Go to whoever someone's talking about, whoever's got that new information. Go to them and ask them, hey, is this true? Because I heard it about you, and I'm not just going to believe somebody, because what if they want to fuck you and they don't want me to, so they want me to get away from you and they're going to tell me a lie. Like, be a little bit smarter than your opponent. Always remember that people are not on your team. Even if they appear to be on your team, they are most likely against you. Okay? Don't tell them information. Don't give them places. Just keep people out of the loop. There's no real reason to tell anybody anything. Okay? And the thing is that whatever is wrong with this person, whatever they heard, okay, they were told that they were going to get famous. They were told that there was going to be this 15 seconds of fucking fame for them. And they did it all probably for that. And guess what? They didn't get on the TV. They didn't get anywhere near a fucking TV. Okay? So they did it all for no reason. And then to burn your relationship because of it when it didn't even work for them, again, like, no wonder you've been kind of searching for somebody to say something. It's like, I let the cat out of the bag. It went everywhere, destroyed everything. And then you guys all acted like it wasn't there. Like, what are you, blind, deaf, dumb, stupid? Like, I mean, I'm just asking, right? Because when things get demolished, okay, it's like you have to, if people are sick around you and they're doing things around you and you know that they're doing things, the only thing you can do is get your fucking self out of it. That's all you can really do. Because to hang around and to be around people that can literally see something that's so obvious and yet turn and walk the other way? Like, do you really want to be with people like that? I'm just asking. If you do, awesome, hang out with them. If not, like I was thinking, I mean, why do friends backstab each other? And like, if someone wants to be in my life and I'm about to make the worst decision of my life ever, and here they are cheering me on, I don't want a friend, right? Like, I don't want somebody to tell me to go jump off a bridge because everybody else landed, knowing that me and gravity don't really meet and anything could happen. I'm not a professional diver, right? It's like you can probably figure out when you're being fucked with, but this person can't. They can't figure it out. They can't figure out why somebody's telling them to hurt people, why someone's telling them to hurt you, put your life at risk, right? Get themselves arrested. They don't really know why they're even doing it. So could you imagine, kind of, I think, what's going to end up happening once this person gets found out? Like, the devil's all over their ass, and God's got a hold of it too. So it's like, if both are sitting right there going, okay, this person's acting a fool, then, I mean, I hope they crash and burn. I hope they do, because that's going to be the only way to shut them down. This is destruction. This person is choosing to hurt people. They're choosing to do things that are putting something illegal on the streets. I mean, it's an analogy. It's however way the shoe fits, right? But they're putting something on the streets, and it's illegal. It's not supposed to be out there. It's not even a controlled substance at this point. It's not supposed to be distributed, right? So the fact that it killed everything, like, they managed to just take this whole relationship away from you. Like, I mean, the universe knows it's been staged. Something's been staged. They know this. So if they know it's staged, it's just a matter of time for shit to play out. There is no life in this relationship. It's only death. So I was wondering if it was going to be a positive message or a negative message. And I'm not so much thinking that this is negative. It's not negative for you, because it's, there was a crime here and you want to walk away. Awesome. Whatever. You can do it. But I'm going to chase you until you either admit what you did or get arrested for what you did or die. Right? It's different for everybody. Whoa, that was cold. God, I love these cards. I worked so hard on these cards. I made each one of them like a mini painting. That's kind of how I saw them, as each being a painting. Like, fucking did it. All right. I don't know now. Oh, yeah. Actually, the Horror Oracle has been coming to me for some reason all morning. So I'm going to see what they have to say for today. In our present moment. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Hello, everybody. Okay, actually, I think this one's a pretty positive message. From the looks of it. Ooh. You're going to see somebody's face that you have not seen for a very long time, and it's going to really shock you. Oh my God. Speaking of that, in my dreams the other day, literally dreams, dreams came out. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be a positive message or negative, but anyways, in my dreams the other night, I haven't seen my stepmother like face to face for a couple years. And in my dream, I was knocking on a door and she answered it and she opened up and I was like, like, she looked horrible. It looked like her face was falling off her face. She had every single spot on her face that you could possibly think of. Like, she's just covered in age spots. There's no skin left at all. Her hair was like straggly and falling out. And I was like, wow, like you look like shit. And that's all I could say to her. I wasn't going to try to even be nice about it. She's a cunt. So like, I give a fuck. If I did see her in real life and she looked like that, I would tell her the same thing. Hey, yeah, all those night creams and beauty creams that you spent 20 grand on really fucking paid off, eh? Fucking face is falling off. And then look at, the reason why I say this is because look at the psycho card, right? The mother, there's no face on her. She has no face, okay? And then look at this card. It's actually the face card, where I'm pretty sure they're doing face transplants, taking people's faces off. No. I mean, she's got a weird blood face on her. I don't know that movie. But I'm going to use the analogy of what I see, which from the looks of it, looks like she's got blood on her face and like the eyes are cut out. So it's kind of like a Leatherface kind of situation. And Candyman in the middle. Ew, with love underneath. Candyman in the middle. I do think that somebody who's been forbidden to be around you, you are going to see in your dreams. They might appear in your dreams. And they might die. Okay, so this is going to take a couple different ways. Because where something dies, something emerges, right? So I feel like somebody could be coming around. You might get them in your dreams first. They might appear in your dreams first, and then poof, you're just going to see them. Okay. And you've been forbidden to see this person for quite a while. I think while they were changing. Okay. This person, I think there's like some type of love there in a way. I'm not sure if you're in love with them or if it's like just, a love ed relationship. But it looks like, okay, I almost feel like somebody you were with before, you broke up with, you were forbidden to be around them, forbidden to see them, as they changed into the person, like the exact match for you, which would be the Bride of Frankenstein, right? They make her for Frankenstein. Elvira, is that her name? Something like that. Okay. They make her for him specifically. So it's almost like you could have been seeing this person in your dreams as they've evolved. Okay. As they've been changing, they've been contacting you via your dreams to be like, I'm turning into the person that you need me to be. Don't worry. There's the water card. I feel like this person is really emotional about you. Like maybe you broke up with somebody who was like, basically somebody who just never talked about their feelings at all, just never wanted to like say I love you, or and now they're like emotional as fuck in a good way, like they became alive and now they know not to muck up their own waters, not to muck up their own emotions. So that's why they stayed away from you. Maybe it was really hard for this person to stay away from you. Okay, Flight came out. That's the witches. They might be traveling to see you. Okay, so yeah, somebody might be traveling to see you soon. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't really know if you want to see them or not. Like, I don't know. It's going to be different for everybody. For some, it's whoever is coming towards you, who's planning to make a move towards you. It's like your twin. Like, that's like your twin. It's just your twin energy. And maybe that's why they had to be away for so long, because they weren't the right version of themselves, right? Where you guys are basically like twins. So you've still stayed like, you know, telepathically communicated with one another, which is why you would see each other in your dreams, right? You both see each other. It's not just one person sees, the other person sees you too. Okay. So they're trying to ground something right now. Okay, they don't want to fight against it anymore. They've been fighting a lot. Maybe they're just like constantly thinking that they're not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. And now they're just like, okay, fuck it. I keep seeing this person in my dreams. They keep coming up. I can't forget about them. And, you know, they might suddenly look you up, and you, the way that you look now, might shock the shit out of them or something like that, right? Because you don't look the same anymore and they don't look the same anymore. Okay. They've had a lot of instinct to come towards you. Okay. And I think they've been really scared, which most people are. Okay. Love is one of those things that, like, you know, you really either have to choose to do it, or like some people just don't want to fuck around with it, right? They just, you know, they either stay a hoe for show, or they actually try to do something. Okay. So I think this person might have been a whore for a while. Okay. Or just wanted to sleep around, wanted to stay free. Okay. And they can't stop coming back to you. So there's mask, where I do feel like once they take their mask off, their whole face has changed. Their whole face has changed underneath. So when you see them, I don't know if the last time you saw them, you were like, ugh, what the fuck are you? And now this time it's going to be like, they were wearing a hefty mask in front of you for a while. And that was just to keep you from wanting to be around them, I guess. I don't know. And then we've got egg and midnight. So I feel like it's just a matter of time before this bursts, right? Before you come back together again. Because, I mean, it seems kind of weird that you would both be dreaming about one another. Like, if you're not seeing this person, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then, like, if you don't see your dreams, then this might not be for you. Because I think the whole realization is the dream state. The dreams have kept you together somehow, okay? Because for some reason you were forbidden to be around each other. And you had to change in ways that you couldn't do with each other. And, you know, nobody really, like, who knows why? And maybe you couldn't do these changes because there were going to be things that you did in your life that you would have never done if you were with this person, right? You could have went places, done things, met people, right? Gone on trips, and just, you know, and I can hear that, been around the world and I can't find my baby. I don't know when, I don't know why he's gone away, and I don't know where he can be, my baby, right? But I'm going to find him. And I swear that was just you guys. Why the fuck? That was a weird song to come through. Like, it's so weird how people can say so scared of something and then suddenly just be like, rip the Band-Aid off and just be like, nope, not anymore. I'm not scared anymore. Like, it's funny how that can just suddenly happen. How the clock can just strike 12 and suddenly no one's worried anymore, right? Like, sometimes that shit just happens. Energy is unexplainable. I almost feel like this is kind of a miracle reading because I don't really see it being negative. I thought possibly it could be negative, but now I don't really even think I remember what the original message was that could have been negative. Unless it's just somebody who's really been wearing like a bad mask in front of you. And that's about to change. But that message doesn't seem as interesting as the other one that we just brought up. The weed card. That's awesome. For some reason, I feel like, look at this, the on, okay, it can be either no or on. Love. So we got love twice. Okay. And I feel like it's going to be a very peaceful relationship. Whatever the universe is, whatever is coming through for you. Got the sperm donor card all by itself. Why the sperm donor card? Somebody is just free to roam around? Maybe they were like locked up before, like in a relationship before. Mother Nature's wrath. They could have had kids, and like you just couldn't be the baby mama or the baby daddy, you know, like they could have went off and just, you know, people have different things that they have to do. Mother Nature's wrath would be like, you know, they did go out and have a kid. They were always supposed to go out and have a kid, but that person turned out just to be a sperm donor. Not a relation. It wasn't an actual relationship for them. It was just so then they could have this kid. So that will resonate if it does with that point. Because now we got private property and the star. So it's like... I almost feel like, I mean, as cheesy as it kind of sounds, it almost kind of seems like you were always private property, but to each other. Right? Like you were always going to find each other. The star is about finding your direction, right? Finding your star, finding your way home, finding your, whatever it is, you know, the star that guides you. And to have with private property, it would be like they were always yours. They were always your private property, whether or not they were with somebody or not, right? Like some people can handle that. They can handle seeing their exes with other people. It doesn't bother them, right? They don't want their exes to die, right? All alone. They okay, well, fine. You want to be with me, then at least you can be happy with somebody else. You know, like hatred is for children, right? So it's like, obviously you could have even watched this person with somebody and you were like, okay, well, at least you're happy. You know, like I just want you to be happy. Like not everybody is angry when you break up, you know, they're just, if you don't want to be with me, you don't want to be with me. Like of course it's going to hurt, but it's not going to kill me. Right. So it's maybe almost something like that. Like you were never scared of them. I don't think you were ever really scared of them. It was just like, whoop. Very mature, and the breakup might not have even been mature. That's what's funny about it. It might not even been like a mature situation. It just turned into one, right? Because once you realize someone's not coming back, right, or that they've made their life or whatever, they made their bed now, you're like, well, whatever. You know, at least the door was always open, and the door is always going to be, you know, unlocked. It's going to be closed, but it'll be unlocked if they want to come back, right? That's a very mature situation. That was a very mature reading. I enjoyed that for whoever needed that message. That was a mature understanding of what a breakup is, and that how people can take it so fucking defensively. Like, Jesus Christ, like the fucking world revolves around you. I forgot. Right. And then there was this one reading where it's like somebody wanted to break up, but then the other person was like, but what about your Christmas presents? Holy jeez Louise, Christmas presents. Honey, there's a lot more to think about than fucking Christmas presents. Oh, what up, TA? What's going on? How's it going? There's us, like, obviously multiple inappropriate messages that are just getting deleted. I love YouTube going live now. Jesus. You don't even need an auditor anymore because they just get deleted all on their own because people fucking talk dirty all day. Like, it's YouTube. You have to talk clean, people, or they're just going to delete it. Man, who sings that song? Is it Deborah Cox? My baby, but I'm gonna find her. Or is it Fly again? I love that song. Okay. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Always remember, for entertainment purposes only. Whoop. I feel like somebody... All right. Is lying to you. And somebody in your past, Six of Cups, somebody you could have... Okay, so they're coming up as this Queen of Cups. And then all of a sudden the Empress showed up. And I went, okay, so not only did you show up as the Queen of Cups, okay, but now you want to show up also as the Empress? Like, this woman has got some fucking guts showing up the way that she's showing up right now. Okay? So, Four of Swords in reverse. I'm not impressed with this. So, there's some feminine energy that is lying to somebody about I almost want to say she said she did something and she didn't. She had planned to do it. She wanted to do it. And then she never did it. And because she didn't do it, she still wants to come up as the abundant mother. But it was, for one, Queen of Cups in reverse. I only put her upright because I wasn't really sure. The Empress is not the Queen of Cups, okay? The Empress, she's not even pregnant in this deck. So all it said was the Empress, she has everything a woman needs in abundance. And she's at one with the forces of the mystical realms of the universe. So I'm like, the fuck did you do? Like, you said you were going to do something. And I mean, it could be for these kids. Okay. She said she was going to do something for these kids in the past, and she didn't. She's a big, fat, fucking liar. Go figure. But she's an Empress. Oh. Seriously, look at, she's coming up again. Suit of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. She did something for money. You know what I'm getting? The analogy I'm getting would be, okay, so a woman, whether she's your mother or not, she was told to do a job for you. So say the analogy would be she was told to homeschool you every night after school. Okay? And because the dad wasn't there, she never did it. Okay? But I don't know if she got you to lie about it. I don't know if she just knew the dad was never going to ask about it. So she just didn't do it. She just didn't teach you. Okay? The reason why she didn't teach you was so then when you graduated, right? Grade 12 or whatever you graduate, here it's grade 12, right? You would go off to college, university with all this wisdom that she taught you, but she didn't teach you any wisdom. Therefore, you didn't go off to college and university because you didn't know anything, because she wanted the money. She fucked with something. Look at all these swords in reverse. Now it's the Two of Swords in reverse. With the dungeon and the Five of Pentacles, I'm telling you, whoa. Three of Pentacles. So, to my understanding here, like, this is like mind fuckery. Like, you know, your dad's always going like, oh, I can't wait for you to go to school. I can't wait for you to go to college. And I had so much fun. While the mom's sitting there going, he ain't never going. I didn't teach him anything. Yeah. He's going to be poor for the rest of his life. I don't give a shit. I just want him gone. I just want him out of here. And then it's like you couldn't even make a decision about anything, right? Because, like, how can you go to school? How can you go and sign up for university or college classes when you're fucking dumber, you know, like dumber than a doorknob? She didn't teach you anything. So how the fuck are you supposed to go out and do all this stuff? Like, she knew what she was going to do. She had it planned out 18 years in advance. Oh, did she know? Six of Wands. Oh my gosh. And look at this. The only word I see in this card is obey. Obey me. Obey me. Victory at what cost? Exactly. So she got her enterprise and her money and her love and her abundance. And you were just told to obey her. Judgment. Look at this on the bottom of the deck. Judgment and the Star. She came to Earth driven by an insatiable desire to continue the cycle of fertility. Oh! Wow. Okay. Literally, wow. They just took the words out of my mouth. This was what she was supposed to be to you. Okay, she came in, I don't know if this was like a stepmother or your flat out mother or some type of figure around your nanny, something like that. Okay, she came in as a very huge representative to fulfill the mother role of emotion and support and teaching. And I am the Queen of Cups. I am the Empress. Oh, Look at me. I am desirable and I take care of children. And the father goes, great, that's what I need, a woman to take care of everything. Poof, off he goes to work. And then bang, she becomes the Queen of Pentacles, just like that, sitting at home on her ass, collecting them checks, cashing that bank, while she lies about everything she did for you. And she told you to obey her. So I almost feel like whatever she was supposed to do, she lied. Obviously, she lied. Page of Swords, she lied. She didn't do it. She said she would. She wouldn't. And then she blocked you purposely, okay, becoming very indecisive, not knowing where to go, because where can you go? She's not helping, right? She sits at home. You become poor as fuck because you couldn't go to school because she lied about everything she said she was going to do, right? Now she meets a judgment because you were told to obey her. And if you didn't obey her, you were out the door. Such a great mother, eh? Wow. Mother of the fucking Year award goes to this Queen of Cups. Fucking douchebag. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you. There's the devil. Okay. So she was just some fucking pawn. Okay. She was getting played like a goddamn fiddle. Okay. And that's what's so weak. People are weak. They are weak to use children. They are weak when they get put into positions of power and they still abuse it. Right. They are weak because they become a pawn. They become the devil's little fucking play toy. Oh, here we go. You're in charge of kids and you're a fucking bitch. This will be fun, right? And there's the suit of cups, right? Or the suit of seven of swords, featuring deception, betrayal, and pretense with the devil. That's what the devil turned this person into. A deceitful bitch. Wanting to betray. Look at those two little angels. Those two little angels. Okay? You know what? Spirit wants me to pull a card for those two kids. And I feel like this will be a great deck to use right here. Let's see the true spirit of these children that this woman fucked with. What's the true spirit of one of them? Whoa, this is a bit weird. We've got karma with balance and chaos. So one of the children was very much a part of their karma, okay, to be chaos. And a very balanced and perfect place. Huh. Okay. And what was the other one? Initiation. Offering. With glam. So so the one kid is like a total fucking chaos in a very weird place, but that's what they were supposed to be. So they were born perfectly, perfectly balanced the way they were supposed to be. And the other person, from the looks of it, they could have just dressed up like a doll. Like, they really just didn't care, like they would have just let you do whatever. They were just offered to you. They were a sacrifice. One of the kids was a sacrifice. Like, they didn't care how they were dressed. They didn't care how you put them up. They just glammed them up, do their nails, do whatever you wanted. And the other one, was a little chaotic, but, they're the star in the room. They're they were a beautiful energy. And she saw, how they were presented was not how she treated them. Okay. And this card wanted to come up a couple times. Like, I shuffled the deck. It was on the bottom of the deck. And then it just popped up from the top of the deck. Knight of Cups. I don't know why. Why the Knight of Cups? It's like they were just like, you were just offered to her. The Six of Pentacles with the King of Swords. I tell you, like, that is the truth. Like, this king, like, whoever the father figure is in this, he was pretty certain that that you would get a fair life with this person. Like, they weren't full of shit. He was telling the truth. He was a straight shooter. He gave this Empress this role. He gave her this role. Maybe that's what it is. He offered her this role because she was, such an upstanding individual. She came across like she really cared. And there's tolerance on the bottom of the deck. It's like, I mean, it was upside down for a reason. It's like she couldn't even tolerate these kids around her. She couldn't even tolerate it. She didn't want anything to do with it. And I mean, could you imagine? Okay, so could you imagine this man meets a woman who says that she's a Queen of Cups, that she's mythical, that she's connected to the universe, that she's divine and she's abundant, and she will, take care of your kids, and she will love them, and she will show them a good home, and she will support them. And then she completely fucking bipolars and changes into another person. But this king never sees it. So this king must not be home very much. I just bit my tongue when I said that. They must not be home very much. And they gave the keys to the castle to this person who, this Empress who became the Queen of Pentacles of all the money. Okay. And then left. And didn't really turn out the way that Daddy thought it was going when he was gone this whole time. Oh, now I'm getting, oh shit. That fucking Cinderella movie back in the day with Drew Barrymore? I think it's called Happily Ever After, Ever After. Oh my God, Ever After. Remember that fucking movie? It's got Drew Barrymore, and her dad dies, has a heart attack as he marries the stepmother. And the stepmother says, like, oh yeah, I'll take care of her. And like, I think it's the story of Cinderella, or I don't know my children's fantasy books. To be honest, I was never read stories as a child, so I'm not really good with, like, oh yeah, Sleeping Beauty eats the apple. Cinderella makes it to the prom and has the glass slipper, I think. I don't know why I'm asking, like you would know. But I swear there's another one in there. It always confuses me because I swear there's another one in there. Maybe there's only two fairy tales. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a million from back in the day. I don't really know, but I've got all of a sudden that movie, which I'm pretty sure is Cinderella. And like, she even tries, oh yeah, that's right. The stepmother even tries to, she won't let her like leave. I don't think back in the day they did school, but she won't even let her like go to the ball or get the king or anything. Like, she just like, nothing, the king's gone, boofy. It's all about her kids. It has nothing to do with the other person's kids. Like, I don't know what that is either. Like, maybe you dated somebody and like, you thought they were really taking care of your kids. And I'm going to tell you this, like, if it resonates, they were not. Your kids were perfect little angels. And she just went, nope. Don't want anything to do with those brats. They're not mine. Right? And no, honestly, if these are your kids, they did so well to obey her. Like she was like the fucking, the mayor of the goddamn town. Like, they did so much to obey her. Like, fuck her. God, your kids are angels. Or you were an angel, whatever. Miracles on the bottom. Oh, that's nice. Higher self with legacy. Man, for all those kids that got treated like trash, got dumped, you're going somewhere in life, I'm telling you. It's just, we get look past for a little while until all the entitled rich kids go by us, or, you know, parents who actually did their job. We got to watch all them go by first, the scholars, and then we get whatever positions are left over 40 years later. And look at, there's the fool. I mean, you can never be too old to start any journey, for one. Okay, I know, like, fucking older women, like, in their 70s that have gone to school, right? Like, fucking, who cares? Like, there is no age on anything anymore. I think it's just like, man, it's free, and you can just live your life now. Who gives a shit? Age is just a number, and you can get trapped under that number. If you go by how old you are with how you live your life, you might lose a lot of years, because you could feel a lot older than really, you know, what you should at such a young age. Like, depending on age doesn't mean anything. I don't even know why we pay attention to it. Like, what does it mean? Why do you care how old people are? Like, I mean, I guess it means something as a child and like statutory rape, but like, other than that, like, you don't need to know how old you are after 20. Like, in my mind anyway, I don't know. Why do you need to know how old you are? I don't think you do. So, anyways, that was a pretty good reading for Christmas. Like, I had a pretty good fucking day. I just sat, did my Oracle cards, and fucking had a great morning. And now I'm going to go eat. And Christmas is whatever it is to whatever you want it to be. Honestly, take the fucking chains off of this holiday. People need to just, I don't know, get it together. Not valuing the right things, you know, just valuing the outside things. And there's a lot of things that need to be looked at, you know, like, so life is very important. I mean, it kind of seems pointless at times, but then it seems also very important at other times. So you do the math on that. I hope it resonates. And if it doesn't, always remember it's for entertainment purposes only. If the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't, discard the motherfucking whole reading. Doesn't matter to me. If you want a personal reading, whitneymoonshine@gmail.com. Have a great night, a great week. And I don't really remember too much of what this reading was about, but if it resonates, I hope it does. If it doesn't, then whatever. It is what it is. It was fun because it's what I do for a living. And it's Christmas, so who gives a shit? Peace out. Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night.